Welcome to We Used to Live Together. I'm Hannah.
I'm Kris.
And we used to live together.
Welcome back. Hey. This is episode 10.
Episode 10.
Can you believe?
No.
We're in double digits, baby.
Double digits. Who would have thought?
Not me.
Not me.
Look at us. Wow. Episode 10.
Remember when this was just a dream?
I recall that we had aspirations to be on the air.
I know.
To be just
little podcasters.
Like cutie little podcasters making that cutie little podcasting money.
What money?
What money? We're not making money yet. But we will. Hopefully, if you keep listening. But speaking of dreams.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Hey, what's good, my dude?
What's good? Things have been okay.
Yeah.
I've been in a little funk.
Okay.
But making it through. I started going back to therapy.
Okay.
Just felt like I needed a little check-in.
We love mental health around here.
So that was really good. That's been really good. But yeah, just in like a little funk.
Kind of the same.
Yeah.
Except I haven't taken the leap of faith to go to therapy.
It's great.
Honestly. Everyone should.
I think everyone should.
Yeah, I think everyone could benefit.
Yeah.
Truly.
Just get a good cry. Have somebody just like listen to you. It's great.
You know I love crying.
It's really good. It's one
of my favorite
pastimes. I'm just a little funk, but we're making it through.
We're on a journey.
Yeah.
Hey, we're all just walking each other home.
Amen. What's good with you, my dude?
Have you ever heard of Wikipedia?
I've heard of it. I'm familiar.
First of all, okay, real talk, people be roasting Wikipedia. And I think, honestly, you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Because Wikipedia is it's my go-to source for information. And it is, like, as an overview, it's good. Like, it'll give you the best overview of a topic.
Yeah.
And I think people need to stop discounting Wikipedia.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
What I read on Wikipedia. Oh, by the way, so each year, you know how Wikipedia at the top it like says donate to Wikipedia because it's like it's free information.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I donate now.
Oh.
I donate.
That's wonderful.
At the end of the year, I make. The new tradition is on Giving Tuesday, I donate to Wikipedia.
That's kind.
And because I love it, and I think it's a free resource that is really awesome, and people shouldn't take a shiz on Wikipedia. So that being said, I saw this TikTok yesterday, and this guy was talking about this sociological concept called the third place. Are you familiar with this?
I am not.
So this guy, not the TikTok guy, he's talking about this guy who came up with this theory about how, I can't remember if it was just America or just in general, humans in general, where our first place is home, our second place is work, so your workplace, and then this like thing called the third place is what humans need, or like what would benefit humans, because it's like, it's not your home, it's not your work, it's this third place in public where you can come together or gather with other people as a community, and you get that interaction. And it's usually like public places like parks or like cafes, whatever, like just somewhere where you go regularly to meet with people and to converse. I think that was a main thing, is like you're having a dialogue with people, sharing ideas. And the TikTok was saying how, at least in America, I think he was saying there's a lack of that third place. Oh yeah, I think he was comparing America to like countries in Europe that are big in having those kind of spaces for people. And he's saying Americans don't have that third place, or most Americans don't. It's just work and home, right? And he was saying how if Americans had that third place, somewhere to gather and to meet with people and to dialogue with people, that would be beneficial to just to like enrich your life, and to foster like camaraderie and community. So I saw the TikTok and I immediately went to Wikipedia and researched it. So I'm not an expert, but I did, did a little bit of searching. And
do you have a third place?
I was thinking, so when I heard that, I was like, what's my third place? So they were saying like any like kind of public setting it could be church. It could be, again, like a park or wherever like you might meet friends or a bar even. So, and I'm trying to think like, is this my third place? Is this our third place?
That's sweet. That's
with
cute.
Like with you and the producers and, it's like, it might be. Do you have a third place? Maybe F45?
Honestly, that was the first thing that came to my mind.
That's good. That's a great third place for you.
I think that.
And I think it benefits you a lot, right?
Yeah.
So if you haven't listened to our health and fitness episode, take a listen. So yeah, I think that concept of having a third place was really interesting and something that maybe we need to do some soul searching. Well, not you. I feel like you've got it covered. Maybe I need to.
I love that though. I love that concept because it's so important,
Because otherwise you're just like going to work and back. And it's like,
you need something else to
enrich
fill your
life.
soul. Yeah.
Exactly. Fill your cup.
Yeah.
You can't pour from an empty
cup.
Like we always say.
We always say that.
You can't pour from an empty cup. Anyway, our main event today. Speaking of dreams.
Speaking of empty cups.
Speaking of empty cups. Okay.
Wow.
Guys.
Let's time travel back.
You guys know us now as these awesome podcasters. 10 episodes under our belt. You guys are probably thinking, man, these guys are pros. Let me tell you. Every dream has a beginning.
Yes.
And how long ago was this?
This is October 2017.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so about 6 to 7 years ago, we had an idea to start a podcast.
Yes.
And because we really wanted to. We were interested in it. And I think podcasts were not as big
back then.
Oh, well.
They were
I don't
starting.
know. They were just getting started. But we were like, hey, let's make a podcast. So we had like a crappy little mic.
It's like a tiny mic. Just like a little toothpick.
And it wasn't just two of us.
No.
Nope. It was 4 of us. 4. It was me, Hannah, Lorenzo, and our friend Julie. And we thought, hey, let's make this a little podcast. Right? Am I remembering it correctly?
No, totally.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we planned it all out. Like we had an intro, we had a theme song. We recorded the first episode, but that one we did on our phone, which I don't have it anymore.
We did the what on our phone?
Like we recorded the whole episode like on a voice memo. Cause we like the mic.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
What about the mic?
It only worked for like one person, but when we were all trying to talk, it didn't sound good.
So we just used like a phone? Yeah. Wow. We have come so far. Okay, so we recorded the kind of intro. Yeah. And we wrote a theme song.
We did.
And we sang a theme song.
We sang it. Kris played it on the ukulele. And then
the 4 of us.
And the 4 of us would sing it.
For our main event is... Well, maybe we should explain what it was.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Our idea for the podcast. Yes. So we were like, we thought we had the best idea.
We thought we were so original. Yeah.
So we were like, we were going to call it Podcast Pals.
Podcast Pals.
And so the whole premise would be like, we were going to look at like fictional characters. Fictional characters from, whatever movie, film,
anywhere. Yeah. Any fictional character. And we would... put all these names in a hat, and we would pick out 2 names from a hat and ask ourselves, would these 2 characters be friends? Would they be pals? That was the concept. That was the whole podcast. Yeah. We put names in a hat. We would draw names and we'd ask ourselves if these 2 fictional characters would be pals. Yeah. Which now that I'm talking about it,
honestly, it's fun.
That's not a terrible idea.
No. It's fun.
I just don't think it would have sustained as an entire podcast. I don't know.
No, I think as a segment.
As a segment,
That's a different story.
Possibly. So, listeners, for our main event, for your listening pleasure, we are bringing you Podcast Pals as a segment in this episode. And if you like it, this could be a recurring segment.
We're just not sure if it's going to be a bop or flop yet.
Absolutely. So you tell us, bop or flop, Podcast Pals.
Yeah.
Should we bring it back after this episode?
Yeah.
So we're gonna play the intro and the theme song for you, so you can laugh along with us.
Just warning, it
is cringe.
So cringe.
But at the time, hey,
it sounded dope.
We loved it.
We loved it at the time.
So here it is, the intro and theme song to Podcast Pals
from October 7th.
From October 7th,
2017.
2017.
Have you ever been at school or work or just lying around the house eating Halo Top ice cream when suddenly, lost in a daydream, you thought to yourself, what if two of my favorite fictional characters met each other? Would they be friends? Well, that's what this podcast is all about. It's one big fictional character royale and you're invited. Make our daydreams come true. This is Podcast Pals.
Guys and gals, our segments have no rationale. It's time for Podcast Pals.
Wow.
Right off the bat, you have a beautiful podcast voice.
Thank you.
That intro, and I said it then, and I'll say it again.
Thank you.
That intro is 10 out of 10. Whatever voice you used for that.
Thank you.
Right on the money.
I appreciate
you did
that.
It.
And can I just say, right off the bat, ukulele skills. 10 out of 10. Slayed. You slayed it.
I know like 3 chords on the ukulele. And those were the chords I used.
Oh man. And what's so funny is like going back to the health and fitness episode. Yes. My life was consumed by Halo Top ice cream.
Oh yeah, we don't endorse them now.
No, we don't. It's
but
crazy.
At the time,
toxic.
So here we are.
Here we are.
We are 6 years later.
Yes.
And now we're doing a real podcast.
Real podcast.
But we're gonna take that idea.
Yes.
And we're gonna use it for this episode.
I think this is really fun.
Yeah, I think it's fun too. Let us know what you thought about the intro and the theme song. Should we have a theme song for this?
Imagine. We could just keep bringing that back.
Oh gosh, that's so funny, dude.
I also I can't wait for Lorenzo and Julie to hear this. It's gonna take them right back.
Right. It's gonna transport them right to that kitchen table where we recorded this. Okay, well. Main event.
Yes.
Podcast Pals.
Do you want to explain how this is going to go down?
Here's the rules. So we each wrote down 3 fictional characters, and we have 2 alternates in case one of us, or in case we both chose like the same character, right? So we have our 3 main ones and 2 alternates, and we will take turns going back and forth, reading our characters and putting them in the bowl. And then at the end, we will pick the 2 names from the bowls and ask ourselves, hey, will these guys be pals? Do you want to go first?
I'll go first. Okay. I'm so scared. Okay. My first one that I am putting into the bowl, Edward Cullen. You know him. You love him. He's complex. He's spooky. He's hot. And he sparkles. And I think there's a lot we can...
Right. Yeah. We can learn from him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a lot he could bring to a friendship.
Well, we'll get into it. All right, my first one, Legolas.
Hot.
Lord of the Rings, our main elf, Legolas, our archer, our fighter, our warrior. He's a prince.
Yeah.
And he can also kick some booty.
And that hair.
And the hair. Mm-hmm. So we'll see how he does.
All right. Paris Geller. Gilmore Girls. Honestly, like my favorite character on Gilmore Girls.
She's a firecracker.
Yeah.
We love her.
Yeah, we love her.
Okay. Hermione Granger. Harry Potter. She is, without her, Harry and Ron would have been toast.
Yeah, honestly, right off the bat, Hermione and Paris.
Well, we'll save it. Hang on. Okay.
Okay, my final one, Schmidt from New Girl. I don't need to give an explanation for that. Like, you know. If you know, you know.
My last character, Ted Lasso.
Oh,
from the acclaimed show, Ted Lasso.
Good. We have
a great cast.
We
here.
had no.
we didn't know.
Yeah.
We didn't know who we were picking, and I think we picked some good ones.
Yeah, and I also totally thought we'd have duplicates.
We didn't.
Maybe
we should share our alternates later.
Okay.
Off mic. That'd be funny. Okay, so I'm gonna give the bowl a shake.
Okay.
Oh no! Wait.
Great
What if we choose two of my? I guess it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
We'll see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm shaking, and Hannah will choose one.
Okay.
And I will choose one.
Okay.
Okay, who'd you get?
Paris Geller.
Edward Cullen. Okay.
Wow. Okay, so off the bat,
Yes.
we have Paris Geller.
Okay, you talk about her.
Okay. She's an academic.
She is.
She is hardworking.
Yes.
She's dedicated.
She is.
She's kind of mean.
She's intense.
Intense, yes. And she knows what she wants and she goes for it.
Edward Cullen.
Creepy.
Do you think he's creepy?
I think he's a little creepy.
Yeah, maybe. His social. You'd think he's been alive for 100 years.
Yeah.
You'd think he would have developed a personality,
right?
Or like some kind of like social skills are just lacking.
But also like when you have to keep moving from school to school because you like age out, it must do something to you mentally.
What I'm hearing is Edward Cullen could benefit from therapy.
Yes. Absolutely.
But yeah, you're used to that though. Like if you're moving school to school,
yeah,
like you know what people are into.
Well, and he has to like completely shield his true identity.
I get, yeah. So what you're saying is he's a victim.
I know. No, I'm just saying like he's been through something. Both of these characters have trauma.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Paris from her parents who didn't love her because her nan. Well, Christ.
Oh God. Need a tissue.
Paris, she bonded with her nanny.
Yes.
Right? Because her parents were never there to raise her. So her nanny raised her. And Edward has a family.
Yeah.
Albeit an unusual family.
Yeah, just a little bit. You know what?
Say the word. Say it. Vampire.
I think they could be friends because I think like so say they fall in love.
Fall in love? What the?
Well, no, I'm just saying like I think she could really help the Cullens.
Like to hide better or like to blend in better.
Yeah.
Can she? Paris does not blend in.
That's true. But she's just like so intense. I think if she like really believed in something, she would fight for that cause.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like what the dynamic would be in there.
Yeah.
Because it's not like
he's
not chatty.
He's not chatty. He's not really funny.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of it would be like Paris Geller just like
she does all the talking
and he just kind of like
it's like a Yzma Kronk situation.
Yeah. He's just kind of like okay, you know,
wrong lever. No, I get it. Okay,
yeah.
So she would be well protected though.
She would
from
be.
her enemies that she undoubtedly would make.
Yeah. Can you imagine like Edward bringing her over for dinner with the Cullens?
Bringing Paris over to their house.
Like just for like a hey, let's meet my family.
She and what's her face would clash?
Rosalie. Oh, Rosalie would not. No.
But also Paris can give it back.
Yeah,
she
she
won't
can
stand for nonsense.
Yeah. But. What do you think they would do like in their free time together as buds?
Well, okay, here's one thing. Edward is well studied because he's been alive for over 100. So he actually knows a lot.
That's a huge part. So they would have a lot to talk about. They would have a
lot to talk about because she loves knowledge.
Yes.
And he has a lot of it.
That's very true.
So I could see their conversations actually getting pretty deep.
Yeah.
Philosophically or whatever.
Yeah. That's a great point. So they would be best friends.
I wouldn't say best friends. I think they would be okay. Should we have like a rating? Like
we should.
What like a pal? I don't know. What's the opposite of pals? Not pals.
Not enemies. No.
No. I think we'll just say
acquaintances. No.
pals or not pals. We'll just say that.
Okay.
Well, think of something better.
No. Okay. We'll
for now. We'll workshop. Listeners, drop us a DM and let us know what we could call this. But okay, for now, pals or not pals, and we say pals. Edward Cullen and Paris Geller.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Ooh, Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso and Legolas.
Pals. Best pals. Are you kidding me?
Wait, why?
Just imagine how much Ted Lasso would be hyping up Legolas.
Oh,
you know,
yes,
just like
100%.
Oh my gosh.
Wait. Wait. Okay. Go. Okay. Talk about Ted. Go ahead.
Well, you wrote both of these.
Yes.
But okay, Ted Lasso.
We
probably
love him.
The most endearing character.
So positive.
Yeah.
But not without trauma.
Yes.
Okay.
Lots of trauma. He is just so sweet, so
tender.
caring,
Very.
genuine, a great leader, motivational,
inspiring.
Yeah, cares about people.
Totally. Legolas.
I'm honestly not as familiar with Legolas.
Well, let me tell you about him.
Except for the fact that he's a hottie.
He is a hottie. In Lord of the Rings, elves are considered the most noble characters.
Mm-hmm.
They are morally righteous, and because of that, they tend to be a little snooty.
Okay.
Especially towards humans.
Okay.
But Legolas, actually, one of his best friends is Aragorn, who is human. And
I know
Aragorn. Zaddy Aragorn.
When he busts through those doors.
I know exactly what you're talking about. So, I feel like Legolas has grown in his relationship with humans because he knows now that the value, like what humans bring to the table, and he doesn't discount them anymore because he has fought alongside humans in the war against Sauron.
So do you think Legolas would kind of be annoyed with Ted at the beginning, or like Ted's energy?
His energy, possibly.
Okay.
Because maybe he's not used to human hyping him up
like that. Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. But over time, I feel like Ted over time with anyone, he always wins the person over.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I agree with you. They would be pals. Based on, I don't want to say just Ted alone. Well, okay, like what does Legolas bring to this equation? Like I always thinking about, it's a two-way street, right? So I always think about what can they do with each other, for each other?
I mean, Legolas like gives me like wise vibes, like
he
right?
is wise.
Like he has lived a lot of life.
He's a very old, because elves are immortal.
Okay.
So he's Legolas is like 900 years old.
Okay, so yeah, I think so he like knows.
Right.
Yeah, he knows a lot of things.
He knows a lot of things. That is what he brings to this table.
No, I just think.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like he's obviously lived through several wars.
Yes.
Conflicts.
Things that I think he could teach Ted, and Ted could take that knowledge, that wisdom, and use it in his coaching.
Totally.
I think they can.
Oh my gosh, can't you imagine Ted like talking to the team about like, hey guys, my friend Legolas told me.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
That's really sweet.
Okay, we're gonna say pals for this one.
Pals for sure. And I would love to see a spinoff.
A TV show starring Ted and Legolas, where they coach.
Like Legolas gets transported to present day
to England. And he's on what's the team?
Richmond.
Richmond. Yeah. So he's one of the players.
Yes. Yeah.
He would literally be the best player.
He'd be so good.
And
it would just be so funny. Like it's just like a silly little comedy show of him like learning how to function. Yeah.
But,
side note.
Okay, go ahead.
Our group text between me, Kris, and Lorenzo. It's called the
Diamond Dogs. Based on Ted Lasso. If you haven't seen it, we recommend it.
Yes.
Great show. We're gonna say pals for that.
Pals
one.
for sure.
Okay. You go.
Oh my God.
Imagine.
That's embarrassing.
Well, Schmidt, new
And
girl, Hermione.
Yeah.
Hermione.
Not me.
Not you. Wait. We did it wrong.
Yeah.
Not me. Not Hermione. You. Schmidt. Okay. Let me tell you about Schmidt.
I love Schmidt.
He's a swell guy. He's real swell. When I think season 1, how many seasons are there? There's like 5 seasons.
Yeah.
I think season 1 Schmidt was so funny, dude. Like I related. Do you think I'm Schmidt?
I always said you're like a Schmidt Winston hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have your Schmidt ways, but then you have your Winnie
Winston
the
ways.
Yeah, Winnie the Bish ways.
I think Schmidt is he has particular tastes and preferences. And over time, does he get more intense or does he mellow out? I feel like he mellows out.
He mellows out, but like he's still
Schmidt.
Yeah.
And Hermione.
Wow. What a go-getter that.
Hermione. Dude, like I said in the beginning, without Hermione,
Yeah.
Ron and Harry would have been
Dead.
like dead, literally.
Yeah, literally.
She is the smartest person in their class.
Mm-hmm.
She's the only one who reads the books, who does any of the homework and assignments and actually learns. Whereas I feel like Harry and Ron they learn in the streets, out in these Hogwarts streets.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Hermione is actually doing the hard work.
Yeah, I don't
studying.
think, honestly, I don't think Hermione's giving Schmidt any time of day.
Oh, you don't think so? No. You don't think they would be pals?
I think maybe he could grow on her, but I think it would take a very long time.
How would they spend a Friday night? Like they're hanging out. What are they doing?
You know what I think would happen is I think Schmidt would be walking into the like library or something, or the common room, Gryffindor common room. He'd see her on a couch and he'd like try to pick her up. Like, you know, he would absolutely do that. Yeah. Yes. He would like slide over on the couch. Yeah. Say something. And then.
Can I slither in?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And then she would like slam her book and just
storm off
and like walk away. And
wait. Okay. So what I'm hearing is Hermione is, well, she was friends with Ron and Harry.
Yeah. But
they sort of had to because they beat that troll together.
Yeah.
So it's like it's hard not to be friends with someone.
Yeah.
That's what the book says.
Yeah.
So, but she does give off like a, I don't want to say snooty, but like
kind of.
Is she?
Or almost like a know-it-all, like kind of attitude. But I think that would intrigue Schmidt.
It would be like a challenge for him. Okay, maybe you're right. Maybe they wouldn't be pals.
I think. Well, I mean, it's kind of like Cece, right? In New Girl 2. Like at first she can't stand him. He's like all about her. Right. And then eventually she like gives into his charm.
Right. And they get married.
Yeah. Although and have a baby.
Spoilers. Though I don't think Schmidt and Hermione would ever be romantically linked.
Yeah.
I'm wondering like, does the setting matter? Like if they're at Hogwarts or if they're in Los Angeles?
Oh yeah, I think that matters.
Do you think so?
I think that matters.
Wait, how?
Well, I mean, like at school, Hermione's gonna be focused on school. She's trying to be the best which she can be.
Right.
In LA,
like
on summer.
Hey. Summer.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, summer break, you're saying?
Yeah, summer break. Yeah. She goes back home to LA.
Hermione is different.
She rents a room at the Loft. Like Jess is away.
They're neighbors. Oh, they're neighbors.
Neighbors.
Oh, you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
However, whatever. It is.
And like I could see them like going out to a bar. Mm-hmm. I could see her.
You know, Schmidt would fall.
I want that for her. Actually, I want her to have those years. Those like fun
Schmidt
party
would
girl.
fall for a British accent.
Oh my god.
In a second.
Yeah, Schmidt would be head over heels.
So, okay, LA Hermione would be pals.
And I genuinely want that for her. I feel like she
deserves it.
She never got that time. I mean, she had the Yule Ball.
Right. Oh.
But like
the Yule Ball.
I want her to have a little party girl phase, you know?
Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to say Hogwarts Hermione and Schmidt, not pals. But
LA
LA Hermione and Schmidt, pals. That was fun. I don't think this could have been a whole podcast.
I don't know how we ever thought
this could be sustainable.
Yeah. Here's if we decide to do this next time.
Yeah.
We'll
do you have some pointer? You have notes?
I have notes.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I need to do a little more research.
Okay. Oh, on the characters.
Yeah.
Sure. So we have actually like stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, listeners, we failed you. I'm so sorry.
No, I still think this was really fun.
No, this was fun.
Yeah.
But we could do better.
We could do better. And you know what? We're always trying to do better.
We're always trying to be curious. We're staying curious.
What was it?
Stay curious. Keep
asking questions.
Oh yeah, keep asking questions. Like we always say, stay curious and keep asking questions. So we'll do better next time.
Yeah.
You tell us, bop or flop.
Yeah. And what we'll do is like maybe on our Instagram, we can do a little story like for, Edward and.
Oh, would they? Yeah. Polls. Yeah. Instagram
like
polls. Yes.
And we want to hear if you guys think they'd be pals.
If you agree with us. Okay. Yeah. Well, final thoughts. Should we? I'm glad we didn't go through with podcast pals.
Hey, but it brought us here. It brought us here today.
It was a road. It was the beginning of a long road.
Yeah.
And look at us now.
Yeah.
We've
made it. I love it.
That's the bell. Thank you so much for listening. This is episode 10.
10.
We've made 10 episodes of this podcast. And we're having the time of our lives.
Yeah.
Follow us.
Follow us.
Listen to us, please. Oh, email us.
Oh, yeah.
We used to live together at gmail.com.
No, isn't it?
No, we're still using that one. We're still using that one. We used to live together at gmail.com. We want to do a mailbag episode. Please send us your questions, your comments, any kind of, yes.
If there's characters you think could be friends.
Yeah. If you have podcast pals that you want to send us, please email us. Follow us on the socials and listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Leave a review.
Yes.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun.
Bye.